What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, what is it with me and these late night filming sessions? I have no idea. But it's nighttime again, obviously, and I've been playing around with my ring light. I typically use like the brightest, most fluorescent light setting that this ring light offers, and I'm working with something a little bit softer tonight just to see how it plays out and see how it goes. So my face isn't like completely lit up like a Christmas tree. I have accumulated several different plants. I was noticing as I gathered everybody around for this video how many different types of plants I actually have. It's just like from one end of the spectrum to the other. I haven't done a plant haul in a little while. These are plants that I have gotten over the last probably 3 months. I never know exactly the time frame. I'm not going to be sharing with y'all any of the plants that I unboxed on this channel over the last couple months. So let's go ahead and jump right on in to my little late night plant haul. We're going a little Nick Pileggi style tonight, I think. I'm gonna do Peperomias first because why not? I have a couple of those. I really like Peperomias. There's so many different varieties and just different types of Peperomia, like from little delicate terrarium Peperomia to really thick-leafed, hardy, succulent Peperomia. Something about Peperomia I love. I've always loved them, and I don't even know the name of 2 out of 3 of them. But this guy I picked up about a month ago, and whenever I pulled him for this video, I was like, whoa, 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 because this plant has grown so much in the last like 3 to 4 weeks that I've had it, and I hadn't noticed at all. But if you look at the at his top growth here, the new growth, you can see that it's all like facing and pointing the window, the light. I think it was to like right here at this point whenever I brought it home, and it has shot off all of this new growth in just the last couple weeks. How cool is that? And I can't remember the name of this one. I'm sorry. I'll try to put it on the screen. Somebody did tell me what it was, I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember. It has the most subtle veination on the leaves. And these leaves actually, I don't know, it's weird. They look kind of thick and they are kind of succulent, but they're not as thick as you might think. I just thought this was a really cute little pot for $3.94. I've never seen this in store before where I live, so I definitely picked it up. He's still in his nursery pot, but isn't he so cute? Next one, again, you guys, somebody on my Instagram, it's when I say you guys, I'm at this point in time, I'm referring to my Instagram, ID'd this for me, or maybe I found it on Google. I know the ID to this, I can't remember it again. But this is another little, definitely a more succulent type Peperomia. It has these really cute little taco leaves. He's actually pretty thirsty, so I need to give him a drink. You can see that the edges of his leaves are getting a little bit wrinkled, but he's actually growing really well too. This is all new growth up here on the top, and he actually came in this little planter. Another thing that I really like about Peperomias is that they're so small and compact, even when they're at their largest, even when they're years old and they're growing really well, they still stay pretty contained in their little space, and they stay pretty compact, so they don't take up a lot of space. They're very, very cute, and they can be really vigorous growers at the same time, and I just think that makes them really awesome. Starting off this plant haul, and like the first 2 plants I show you guys, I have no idea what the names are, so classic Sam. And this is obviously a beautiful watermelon Peperomia. I about crapped my pants whenever I seen these in my local Walmart. I was like, no way. I have another watermelon Peperomia, and I actually have a little Ziploc bag with like 3 different baby watermelon Peperomia plants that I started from leaves. I've been growing this plant for a couple of years now. I've grown several from leaf, and for whatever reason, the smaller watermelon Peperomias just never do great for me. Once I take them out of that enclosed space, they just don't do great for me. So I thought maybe buying a larger one, it would do better, it would get bigger for me. I don't know. I mean, the one I have now is doing pretty good. I actually had a variegated watermelon Peperomia. Did I get it off Etsy? No, it was a baby that I propagated from leaf, and it just randomly started producing this beautiful variegation, and I killed it. It died. So I've definitely struggled probably the most out of all the Peperomias I've kept with watermelon Peperomia, but they're just so beautiful. I could not resist. This is from Trending Tropicals, part of their collection. So far he's doing really good. Yes, really pretty. I love how large these leaves are. And I'm really happy to add a larger watermelon peperomia to my collection. Yeah, that's all of the peperomias, I think. And now we're gonna do philodendron. Go ahead and start with the one that I repotted in my repotting video, and this beautiful plant, first of all, just unfurled this leaf. Look how cute he is. Isn't that a cute little leaf? It's still all like scrunchy and wrinkly, but it's adorable. And he's got another one on the way. This is Philodendron bipennifolium aria. I'm still not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. And basically it's just it's a lime green bipennifolium. The leaves come in lime green, and I think they stay more of a lime green rather than turning to that darker green. So all of the leaves kind of look more like newer leaves. I think it's really cool. Bipennifolium is definitely one of my favorite philodendrons. Just love them. I think they're so cool looking. I'm really infatuated with this leaf shape, as well as like the squamiferum, the Florida Ghost, the Florida Beauty, the Podadam. All of those leaf shapes, I know they're all pretty closely related as well, but I love. And they're all very easy to grow in my experience. So yeah, this is my bipennifolium aurea doing very well. Super happy with this plant, and I'm just so happy that I was able to snag this for a good deal. My baby. He lives in my kitchen on my windowsill, where I get to stare at him and drool over him every single day. It's beautiful. We have another one that I'm in love with. There's a story, of course, there always is with me, right? This is a Philodendron Podadam large form. So from my understanding, it's different than your standard typical Podadam, which I do have, like the smaller leafed one. Yeah, this one is known specifically for its larger, more mature leaves. Look how gorgeous. If you take a look, you can see he's leaning. I'm actually getting ready to put a pole in here and stake him up so he's not so floppy, because if you look right here, he's actually unfurling a new gorgeous leaf, and there's another little one coming in right there. Super cute. He did have a couple more leaves, but they were damaged in shipping, like beyond repair. They had to be removed right away. This was a plant that I seen on a Facebook group, and I loved it. And basically, my husband was trying to do something nice, and the PayPal address wasn't updated, pretty much. So this plant got sent to our old address, which we already had our mail forwarded. So it got forwarded, it was out for delivery, and I didn't get it until for 4 days later, because it got sent to another state, and then it got sent all the way across my state. Like, it bypassed my house, and I just had to wait forever for it. And then it sat at the post office for 2 days because they kept it behind the counter. Jason was working. When he got off, they were closed. They didn't put it in a parcel locker because it was forwarded. I don't know. It was a whole mess. But he wasn't that happy. He doesn't have any roots. He does have aerial roots. But I do have him in moss, and I've had him for maybe 2 weeks now. And he's doing well. I think he's going to be okay. Philodendrons are super resilient, super hardy and tough plants. So I really just hope that he does decide to unfurl this leaf for me pretty soon. And I mean, I can see that it definitely does have some damage because it was coming out and shipping, but I don't care. I'll still love it just the same. That leaf is just incredible. And look at the cute planter I put him in. I will survive. Yes, you will, buddy. So now we're down to single digits, basically. Oh, no, wait. Okay, so I do have a couple jungle cactus. Let's do cacti. This is more of like an orchid cactus, I guess. But I actually had this guy for like 3 months at least, maybe 4. This come from Freed's Nursery, the greenhouse I showed you in my last shop with me. And my husband actually stopped and picked it up for me, along with 2 others that one of them's gone because it was infested with all kinds of bugs. I just threw it away. Don't have time for that. And the other one also had a pretty bad case of scale, and I treated it with alcohol, and it's not doing good. But this guy's doing pretty good. I have kept him isolated and quarantined away from the rest of my plants because he's still in the soil he came in. And Freed's is a great greenhouse and everything, very cheap. Sometimes you can find some nice stuff there, but one thing I have noticed is that most of their plants typically do have pests. They don't really treat for pests at all, so it's a risk. But anyways, he was shooting off this long guy right here. Whenever Jason brought him home to me, he surprised me with him. I was so excited. And now this piece is shooting off 2 little baby leaves off of the side, and he shot off this one and he's shooting off this little one here. But I really love jungle cacti a lot, so I was really excited to get this guy. I'm gonna be repotting him soon into my own soil because I don't know what the heck all's living in here. But okay, so the next jungle cactus that I got is this guy. Now I do already have a Rickrack Cactus. Mine was itty bitty whenever Jason brought that home to me as well from my favorite plant shop in Akron, Ohio, called Leaf, which we're going to be visiting soon and doing a plant tour. I'm so excited. But anyways, and I love that little plant so much, but I have always told myself if I ever seen a bigger plant or a hanging basket of the Rickrack or zigzag cactus that I would pick it up. And I seen a small pot that was smaller than the one I have one time. I didn't get it because it was smaller than the one I have, but I did find this. Where did I find it at? Home Depot. Yeah, they had two, but this was the biggest one. And I mean, you can see it's in like a 6-inch hanging pot. It's pretty bare on the inside of the pot. I mean, you know, there's a lot of room here for some action to happen, which I'm sure it will. But it's still trilling and it's bigger than the one I have. So I was really happy to find this. You see that new little baby? Yeah, he's already shooting that off. I love how jungle cacti like shoot off new growth by these skinny little itty bitty like sticks that poke up out of the soil and they gradually get bigger and fatter. So cool. But I did repot him because the soil he was in was terrible. It was like there was no perlite in it whatsoever. It was very heavy. Very heavy and not well draining at all. So I repotted him back in the same pot. He's doing well. This is the little Tradescantia Nanuk, wandering dude. This is also from Trending Tropicals, if you can't tell by the pot. We have Nanuks now, like who would have thought? I never thought these would come to my town. Same with the watermelon Peperomias and many other trending tropical plants that we've gotten in. So I grabbed it up. I've had this in my cart numerous times whenever I'm placing orders like with other shops and they have like small little pots for like $5 or $10. I'm like, well, just add it on to my order, and then I always end up removing it because it's one of those plants that like I wanted but I didn't want it bad enough to place an order for it. It's like if I ever see it in person, I'll get one, but otherwise, meh. So of course I found one, and mine's not trelling yet. None of them that I've seen, I see them everywhere now, of course. None of them that I see are trelling. They're always just like this or smaller. So I got the best looking one, and I think it's just so pretty. I like Tradescantia, but I do have this issue with after so long they end up just getting really long and leggy and their leaves turn brown on me. So, and I give up on them. So we'll see how this one does, but it is very beautiful. I love that purple, like the back's even more purple. It's so pretty. So that's my little Nanuk. Oh, this one I am obsessed with. I'm so excited. I got this from California Tropicals, and this is a black pagoda lipstick plant. Oh my god, can we just... I have wanted the black pagoda lipstick plant for so long, but to be honest with you guys, I have struggled with all of my lipstick plants. I have a variegated lipstick plant, I have the regular Mona Lisa, and my variegated is not doing very good right now. Me and her go back and forth. Like sometimes she's doing great, happy, beautiful, and then other times she is almost completely dead and miserable and dramatic. So my Mona Lisa's doing good. She's been blooming for about 6 months. Me and her are kind of chill now, you know. I think like we're on the same level, like we understand each other now. So I felt comfortable enough to finally get the black pagoda. I've had this in my cart forever from California Tropicals because I know how amazing their plants are and healthy they are, and I knew that I wanted to order it from there, and it was cheap. So I finally did that, and when I opened it, I was just like in shock at how big and bushy and full this plant is. Like, are you kidding me? I just really adore the pattern on these leaves. I think it's so gorgeous. The underside is like neon with the bright purple pattern. And I actually just noticed, I've moved this plant around so many times already trying to find the perfect place for it. I'll move it somewhere and I'm like, oh no, I'm afraid she won't be happy. So I'll move her somewhere else and then I'll move her back, and it's just like this ongoing thing. So I'm still trying to find her perfect home, but yeah, I did notice, where did I see it at even? Some of her little tips are producing new leaves, and it makes me so excited. But I do know she's gonna prefer more brighter lighting because lipstick plants just do. But if anyone has any care tips for any of these plants, do share, please. She's still in the pot she was sent to me in. I think she's perfect in here. Very excited for this plant. I do intend on hanging her eventually once I find a place that she seems to be really happy. This is Syngonium. Oh my god, every time I go to say the name, I'm not great at pronouncing it anyway. It starts with an E and it's a long word, but I'm gonna put it on the screen, I'm sorry. But it's the dark leafed Syngonium. It has these really dark hunter green leaves, and the back sides are this beautiful red color. I just love the two different colors going on with this leaf. It's amazing. She actually just unfurled this beautiful leaf here. It's a teeny tiny little babe, but very excited to have this and watch it grow. Oh, I'm forgetting a couple. Okay, we gotta hurry up because I've been filming way too long. I'm forgetting the ones that are behind me. Okay, this is a Cryptanthus. This is really cool. I don't know, I've just been seeing little pots of this where I live. I'd never seen them before. And I think it was Wild Fern actually told me what it was, the pink star Cryptanthus, but it was tiny and it had webs, I noticed, under the leaves, so I didn't get it. And then I went to Kroger and they had these big pots of them. I've never seen pots this large of a Cryptanthus before, and it's actually in the bromeliad family. Like, what? I don't like bromeliads at all. Like, I think they're really cool looking, and I did have one when I first got more into collecting houseplants, and it did really well. I mean, I don't have any complaints there, but I ended up giving it away to a friend because I just wasn't in love with it. So yeah, I was really actually kind of shocked to discover that this is part of the bromeliad family, but it does make sense. But I just think it's the cutest thing ever. I love, love, love the pink foliage. Reminds me of like a spider, or I don't even know, a starfish maybe. It's super cool. There's a lot of different funky colors going on here, and the brighter light you give them, the more intense and vibrant the colors will be. So she's getting some direct morning sun, and she's very happy so far. And she came in this cute little planter for only $9.99. Yes, please. Yeah, I did unbox this on a live stream, but not very many people have seen that. And this is my new Oncidium orchid. It's Oncidium Psychopsis Mendenhall Hildos. It's amazing. If you've not seen an Oncidium's blooms, they're called dancing lady blooms because they actually look like little dancing ladies. They're the cutest blooms ever. They can bloom for up to a decade, so it's really cool. They'll put off one bloom that'll last a couple of months, and before that bloom dies, there'll be another bloom bud coming in behind it, and as soon as that one dies, the next one will open up. And yeah, it can continue that cycle for up to a decade. Very cool. Obviously, I love these leaves. Like, the foliage is just gorgeous. I would be happy if it never bloomed just because I love the foliage so much. But I've been doing really good with my Phalaenopsis orchids and my jewel orchid, so I finally took the plunge. I've wanted this plant for a few months now, but I was kind of nervous to actually pull the trigger. And yeah, my other orchids are doing so well that I got the confidence, the courage to finally try this one, and I'm just so happy that I did because it's beautiful, and I'm really hoping that I can get her to bloom for me one day, but we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. This is little Hoya Bordinii that I repotted with you guys as well, so I haven't shown her, but I did show her. Doing really, really well, looking real, real cute in her new little pot. No new growth yet, but I have faith that she'll start shooting off some new fun babies here pretty soon, so we'll see. The last two, finally. Holy crap. And they're big. Well, I already have a smaller red veined Maranta, but I seen this at Walmart and I was like, oh my gosh, they had a couple baskets and this was the largest one, and you can't even really tell how large this plant is because it's nighttime, obviously, so he's folded up. But whenever it's in the daytime, whenever he's not praying and his leaves are unfolded and open, it's huge. Like, it's just so big. It's the biggest Maranta I've ever seen, for sure. It's so healthy, so beautiful. There's so many new growth points, and it's actually blooming. Like, it dropped the blooms that it did have, but it has other little blooms starting and poking up everywhere. There's just new growth coming in, I mean, all over this plant. Literally everywhere. I have no regrets. This was $14.96 at Walmart. Yeah, I'm obsessed. I love him so much. I love Marantas a lot. So stoked to have one this size. I hope that I can keep him happy. Last plant, we're at 30 minutes. Hopefully I can edit this down, edit out some of my blabbermouth, but this is the last plant that I have for this haul, and this is also the most recent plant that I bought. So when I did my shop with me, my last one at Lowe's, I seen this beautiful, I think it's a Dieffenbachia Tropic Snow. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. But I've wanted this particular Dieffenbachia for a good while now. I did find one, I don't know, it's been quite a few months ago at my local Lowe's in Morgantown, but it was very, very sick. It only had a couple leaves and they were very damaged, and it was just not healthy. It was not good. It would have been a rehab project, like a full-blown project. And I went there a couple times and like looked at it and was debating with myself. I was talking to one of my friends. I was like, should I get it? What should I do? And I ultimately decided no. I decided against it. So it's like, if I find another one that's healthy and doesn't have thrips, I'm getting it, because every time I see these bigger plants like this with larger foliage in my big box stores, I swear to you, they always have big juicy thrips crawling all over them, and I'm like, God no. So I inspected this guy thoroughly, and I even went back the next day. I didn't get him that day. I went back and picked him up. He was only $14.98. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. And yeah, I haven't had him very long yet, but he has a new leaf coming in right here, a new leaf coming in right here, as well as a new leaf coming in right here in the center. I do have a couple different varieties of Dieffenbachia, and I do love them. I just don't buy that many of them, honestly, because they are toxic, first of all. Though I keep most of my plants up away from my kids, they are toxic, and it's kind of a pain in the butt just to have to worry about it and find a place for them. But I'm not super attracted to the more skinny leafed Dieffenbachias, so I really like these larger, more chunky leafed ones rather than the slender, skinny ones. And this one, it's just so gorgeous. It looks fake, like it literally looks like a fake plant, and I love that about him. He's just amazing. I love him so much. So I also bought this really cute Allen and Roth, I think is how you say it, Allen and Roth. Yeah, I bought this really cute plastic blue planter for him. It's like probably 2 inches bigger than the pot he's in. He's in like straight peat moss right now. So I will be repotting him really soon, giving him a better soil mixture and putting him in this new cute pot. But yeah, what do you guys think? I love him. Isn't he pretty? I've had my eye out for one of these for a good while, so I'm just happy that I found a healthy one that's bug-free. Still keeping him quarantined and isolated a little bit though, just in case. I'm pretty sure that's it. Is that it? Let me just like peep around here. Yes, that's it. Alright guys, I gotta do my outro like super fast because this video is so freaking long. Holy cow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and leave me a comment letting me know which plant or plants out of this haul are your favorite. If you have any care tips for any of these guys, you already know I greatly appreciate it. I will take them all. See you guys really soon in my next video. I love you guys to pieces. Bye friends.